Welcome to episode 9 of Beyond the Product. This one's going to be a little different than normal. We're actually leaving the studio today. We're going to visit with a local business group, River Valley Networking Group. They're located right here locally in Prairie du Chien, and they asked Miranda and I to go out there today and talk to them about social media, a bunch of local businesses just getting together. So we're heading out there, and we're going to post that, and you guys can see exactly what we got to talk about.
Yep. Hopefully audio's good, and enjoy the episode.
My name is Tyler Kozelka from People State Bank. On behalf of our River Valley Networking Group, just want to say thanks for taking time out of your morning and coming here. We're really excited to have Chiasson and Miranda here. I am certainly not the person you want to listen to talk this morning, so I am just going to say a little bit briefly about our group. We are a group of 20 to 30 businesses in the surrounding area that get together and network and utilize each other as a resource and just try to help each other's businesses grow. So again, thanks for coming, and I'm going to pass it over to Josh Kasinskis. He's going to be our moderator this morning, and we'll get the program going. So thanks again.
Awesome. As Tyler mentioned, I'm Josh Kasinskis, and I have the privilege to introduce our speakers today, Chiasson and Miranda Chiasson.
Got it.
That's the big question we hear, is no one knows how to pronounce their name. So hopefully I have it. So I have the distinct honor and privilege to serve these guys as their business coach and to get to run alongside them and their journey. And it's truly an honor to be, just to play a small part, to see what they're building. And they'll tell you their story, but just incredible people. Started from very humble beginnings, and you will not meet more just down-to-earth, humble people, even though they've reached a lot of success. It's funny, I travel all over, and I was in Florida talking about cooking on a rocket stove, and the guy said, well, where did you get that rocket stove? I said, well, actually one of my customers, Chiasson Smoke, makes them, and he goes, oh, I follow those guys. So these guys are now known all across the world, built in Blue River, Wisconsin, and out of their home and their small shop. And so they're going to talk today just about how you as business owners can start implementing social media strategy into your business to help you grow. So thank you guys. I'm honored to serve you guys, and thank you for coming here today to talk with us business owners.
You're welcome. I don't know.
All right, let's have a seat. I'm going to ask these guys some questions.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say right now.
We don't talk in front of people.
All right.
Like, we talk in the camera, so this is nerve-wracking.
So let's start at the beginning. Chiasson and Miranda, for those of you that don't know your story, maybe talk about how you started the business, kind of what that looked like, and then maybe build upon that. When did social media become part of the strategy? So start us off from...
Sure. I didn't like working for... I'm going to really try to church this up. I didn't like working for other people, and I wanted to work for myself. And I started our little shop. The passion behind it was I enjoyed building things with my hands, and it was a skill I somewhat knew. I could build this thing, someone else may like it, and they may buy it. That was my business experience. Being an employee my whole life, that's about as far as I ever got. And that did not go well. People just didn't know about us. I would say that was the biggest thing about it. Getting into the social media part is when I was like, oh wow, people liked that video and they bought some stuff from our website. Maybe we should do more of these, and that's how it started. There was definitely no expertise behind it.
Came to me and said, we're gonna get on TikTok today, and I was like, no, we're not. That's a dancing app. We're not going on TikTok. That's silly. And you're like, no, we definitely are. And we started, and it was like 100 and how many videos? 100 and.
We were at like 150. I think the actual number was 137, but I say 150 because there were some videos I had posted and I was like, nobody likes it, and I had erased them, and it was all this weird stuff. But
it's embarrassing. We got 12 views.
Yeah, it's like nobody likes what we're doing, and So it was about 150 videos before we had our first video go out that was, I would say, viral. And it was, I call it it was a hate video because it was a whole bunch of other people telling me how dumb and stupid I was and didn't know anything about painting, and made the video go out. But because the video went out from all of that, it also showed the video to a lot of people that were like, what is that contraption that he's holding in front of him? And it made them look at my other content and basically generated leads and made sales.
Yeah, luckily we were set up with a website.
Yeah,
And we could actually sell what we were talking about.
right. But that's pretty much it. You know, posting on social media is good. So thank you guys. How do you get out of here? Is that the exit or I'm not sure.
So
Don't know what to do with my hands.
I know many people know who you guys are and follow your content, but for those of you that don't know, maybe talk to us about the products you build, because now you're using social media. I'm assuming you do a very sexy product that everybody wants to see on social media. Talk to us about what you actually build. And
Guys, we are a small fabrication shop, and like any welding shop that's ever started in this country, we started off building rocket stoves, fire pits, and barbecue pits. We had no innovative design. We didn't invent anything new. That's what our business was. I knew how to weld, and I knew that I could build things with metal. And I started building these products and marketing them. That's it. Like, it was nothing, it has nothing to do with the product, to be, in my opinion, but that's, the business has turned into, yes, we are a fabrication shop. I enjoy building things with my hands. We take welding seriously. Like, it is a trade that we value, but we also enjoy farming, and we also enjoy the machining stuff, and it's all part of it. But the real heart, the real core to this business is showing it to other people, because if I don't show it to the rest of the world, no one's going to know that Jason Chiasson builds fire pits in his little garage in southwest Wisconsin.
In the middle of nowhere.
In the middle of nowhere.
With no cell service.
Right. And with thousands of other small welding shops that are building the exact same thing, how do I stand out to those people? Well, Skippy could fall off the back of a truck and make some people stop and say, "Who's this clown?" like you know, that's.
Have you guys met Skippy? If
Yeah.
you've watched our videos, you would know Skippy is Jason's, what is that, alter ego?
I don't know what Skippy is.
He messes everything up. He causes a lot of problems. And he's became a popular character through our social media because a lot of people might know a Skippy in their work, and people relate to that. Like, he can't read a tape measure. He messes everything up. He falls asleep. He takes naps during work hours in random places. But he's became part of our social media. When did
Yeah.
he come? He
I
came
don't-
in about a
few years ago.
2 years ago, maybe.
It started changing. We really, that was one thing we never focused on, was actually marketing, and didn't understand it. Advertisement to me was you put an ad in the local newspaper. Hey, I make stuff. And it's just, times have changed, and social media, one thing is free. The way we started out doing it, and I'm sorry, there's exposure there. If you put in the time to at least be creative and think of a creative, the stuff that you're doing every day, you'd be surprised how very organic a video can be, and actually get a lot of people to just look at your Facebook page. I mean, that's that simple. Just say, who is this? Oh, they're whatever service company out of Wisconsin. I mean, it's a little bit, but it didn't cost you hardly anything to make that video. Josh, you better ask some questions here, son. 'Cause
I think one of the things that people struggle with is, you post a video, you get 3 likes, you get 1 share, you just don't get a lot of success. Maybe talk about, you said 150 some videos before one went viral. Maybe talk to us on how do you continue to persist and do it even when you're not seeing success, because that's a lot of content to produce.
Well, don't do it in front of your wife because it's a sign of weakness, but I cry. Well, I'm just saying, I don't want to do that in front of you. But yeah, sometimes I cry about it because I'm like, wow, nobody likes our stuff. But okay, all joking. All right, all kidding aside. All kidding aside, that's going to be your hardest struggle, especially when you first start out, because the algorithm, and when I say the algorithm, I mean like the people that are going to follow it, they don't know you're there. There's no consistency in the way that you've posted in the past if you haven't been posted. And all of those little details like that do matter in terms of like you need to post at least once a day, if not more if you can. And you're going to feel like it's like, why do I even take the time to do this? Because you have to kind of build your reputation. Like you got to give these social media apps a reason to say, oh, I'm going to push their content out. And one of them is just showing some consistency. And when, I mean, sometimes people make me sad too. Like sometimes you have people say bad things.
Yeah, the negative.
Like how do you deal with it? I don't know. I mean, back in the old days, I think you used to go outside and fight. But when you're on social media, I mean, people can make you feel like crap sometimes. But then a lot of people will bring you up, especially when you're passionate about something and someone else is not passionate about it. And I think it gets a little discouraging sometimes. Like if you posted a video about your favorite shirt and half of the comments were, that shirt is ugly. That's a stupid shirt. That's a dumb shirt. This is the dumbest video I've ever seen in my entire life.
I can't believe I wasted 30 seconds of my life to watch this video.
And then comment to tell you about it. Like it's there, and I want to sit here and say, oh, I don't let that stuff bother me. But you know it's there, and you're just getting in front of a lot of people, and not everybody's going to like you, and that's just something that you just have to deal with. I used to delete videos that if it was going a certain way. Now I don't. Now I love it. Like I'm like, yes, go,
Yeah,
keep rolling.
Negative comments will push videos out, and sometimes we purposely post controversial videos for that reason.
You just want engagement.
Yeah.
You're trying to get people to interact with it, and then you look at your analytics. Wow, that video gained 7,000 followers. So it definitely went out, and it was because of negative comments or whatever it may be, but it also got it in front of people that do like what you're doing. So
your first viral video, were you expecting it to go viral? Because you've been posting 150 videos.
Oh no.
You haven't quit, so I'm assuming you're waiting for your breakthrough. Did you think that would be the one that would break through?
I didn't understand that stuff when that had happened. I didn't understand like going viral and all that. It was, we had seen little success. So if you had a video, let's say that video got 5,000 views, like that was a big deal. It was like, whoa, we got 5,000 views, and we got a guy that sent us a private a message. Hey, I saw your video. I would like to get one of those things. What are they? Could you tell me more about it? And that was exciting for us because before that there was nothing. Like you just sat around, like you opened the door, you sat with your coffee and you looked down the road. Hopefully somebody would maybe stop by and buy something. So we had nothing. Then when we had the viral video, it was like, oh wow, wait, there could be a goal here of trying to go viral every time you post a video. We should read into this more because we see how it goes now. And then we're starting to cross the line between, are you being a content creator or are you just trying to market your business? And for us, when I started seeing a little bit of success and then we started seeing, you start getting paid for your content, it's like, wow, our business is turning in from a metal shop to a content creation. And we started becoming content creators at the same time realizing the benefits of marketing your business. So that's, am I answering any of those questions? I'm not sure. I get kind of off on these tangents here. I don't know.
We get to see the video.
Oh, yeah, you should.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can certainly play
This
one.
is just like a introduction to our business, I guess. Just in case you've never watched.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
I don't know how to run this. Just kidding.
So while we're waiting for that, you talked about consistency, posting one, if not more, a day. Maybe talk about, as business owners in the room, people are posting once a week. Maybe talk about why you post as much as you do and what you found when you're not as consistent.
So it definitely, I feel like I'm not letting you answer some of these questions. It turned into content creators. Like we went from marketing the business to content creation. So that was one of the reasons for the post, but it was also just judging off of results. So if I made a video walking around the shop and showing someone this is how we're doing this, and it led to one person reaching out directly like, hey, I'm interested in that thing. It's like, okay, what if I did that 10 times a day? Like it was really just, if I do this one thing and it generates a lead, why don't I do that thing over and over and over and over again to generate leads and leads and leads? And that's just the way I just looked at it. It's like, if this is working, I need to do it. They really like when I walk in the shop and turn on the plasma table. So every video I'm gonna walk in the shop, turn the plasma table on and say, hey, we're starting our day or whatever it's gonna be, just to get someone interested in what I'm doing, just to look at my page or go to our website. And it's still up to them to decide if they want to do business with us, but at least we give them something to look at, I guess.
Yeah, we try to post 3 to 5 videos a day
Yep.
if we can. And we do it pretty much in real time, which is something we're trying to work on not doing in real time because it's very
Yeah.
time consuming and it can be stressful trying to be creative and come up with new ideas.
Do you edit your videos or do you just like literally do it and then just post it?
Sometimes, like, we'll do like a daily vlog video, which is just like me coming into the shop and seeing what Jason's up to. Like, we don't really edit that. We just post that as is.
Unless I'm sleeping.
Yeah,
If you
unless
catch me sleeping.
Yeah, we cut that out.
And then you wake me up and you're like, hey, we got to do this video. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, he's sleeping all the time. But we edit everything on our phone. Our content is on this, for the most part. Chad will do, like a longer form or YouTube style videos. Yeah. But we do everything on our phone, we edit everything on our phone, and we post it right after we do it. Our back and forth skits and stuff like that, it's all just done on our phone and then edited. Yeah, it's something that takes some time to get used to, but it's not bad. Once you get going, it can be done pretty quickly. It's just the creative that is hard when you're posting that much every day. And then we also try to post three picture posts, like on Facebook, Instagram, every day.
And the story. And the
stories.
So you got your reels, you
It's
got
a
your
lot.
posts.
We used to post like to each platform individually, but now we have like a hub, and our hub right now is TikTok. So we'll post to TikTok, and then we have a program called Repurpose.io, which basically, you have to pay for it, but it will post all the videos to all the other platforms for you. So it saves a lot of time when we used to do it all manually. But yeah, I mean, our social media is so broad, like we have to make sure we hit like the nation because we're selling e-commerce. And, if like you're a service business or you're just working in this area, like the more you post, the more you let people know you exist, like say you're a garage door business and you post just even garage door videos or picture posts every day, if someone goes to search for garage doors, if you're posting more than your competition, like you're gonna show up first. You're gonna show up more. And that's one thing we realized, even in the nation, like we make rocket stoves. Well, there's other companies that make rocket stoves, but if you search rocket stoves, we're gonna come up more because we post more on it. So that's like something we've learned, like, because Google, most people's search engines are Google. That's also YouTube, if you didn't know. So, like if you're active on YouTube and you're a service business or whatever you may be, the more you post on it in the area and you target your area, you're gonna pop up more than the next guy, you know, more than your competition, so.
And
I
it's
think-
building trust.
Yeah, it's building trust, people see your face, like I think one thing about our content is we're very face content, like they know it's Jason Miranda, they trust us, and even
When-
though you may hate getting in front of the camera, I think it's very important, but.
It gives
Hey,
people.
That wasn't even a question.
Yeah, I don't know what you were
just
talking
wanted
about. I
to
thought-
know. just-
I didn't know if we were going to the sale barn or what. I mean, look
Look at
cow.
me shaking, I can't talk in front of people.
Me neither. I can't either. But we're doing it. Tighten up, Buttercup. Okay.
So the
Next
type
question.
of, so the type of content you guys create, obviously you're building grills, fire pits, fabricated things. But I remember a particular dance video that I looked at, and I would look at it 5 minutes later and have 2 million more views, then 2 million more views. So maybe talk about the type of content you produce. Obviously, you're not a dancing business. So maybe talk about the different forms, whether it be educational
Yeah.
or entertainment.
So that goes back to the whole being a content creator or hiring a social media person to kind of market your business on social media. So at some point, if there's really a passion there and you really enjoy something, and your business, if it's anything like us, our business has become it's our life. We live and breathe it. And one of the questions that came up long ago was, don't mix personal with business. I was like, you right about that. I mean, that's, yes, sir. And it was totally wrong, totally opposite. Jason Chiasson, Miranda Chiasson is Chiasson Smoke, but yet Chiasson Smoke is Jason and Miranda Chiasson. Like it. So our content varies, but it's the content creator side. It's our life, so we share our life, and you know what? Sometimes in our life we dance in the shop, and we're gonna share that video. And I'm not saying it's gonna work for every business out there, but if you're wanting to use social media, like there has to be something unique, and you know every person is unique, but if we're all trying to do the same thing that everybody else does, like the worst videos that I scroll by no matter what are these videos right here. Hi, my name's Jason Chiasson, and I own Chiasson Smoke Fabrication Shop in Southwest Wisconsin. I really like metalwork. Like,
This is what we sell.
I build the best. No one else can build it as good as I can build it. Rocket stove right here. Look, it's well, you know, like y'all get the point, and that's where a lot of videos go to. But if you ask if you speak to my dad, if he wouldn't have left when we were kids, but I'm sure if I would spoke to my dad, no, I'm saying. I'm sure if my dad was present, he would say, just put an ad in the local paper. You know, that was that generation.
There's always the radio.
And radios, well, locally, I don't know if radio, see, we're not expert advertisers, guys. All I'm trying to say is if you're going to share your life, if your business is part of your life, that content is what's going to build trust with people. When people say, man, you used garage doors earlier. So if you're a garage door business and people are looking for garage doors and they see a video of you and they see a video of you showing the inside of your truck and how you like to keep, these are these screws over here and this is this over there. Well, that person is going to probably say, oh, well, this is an actual garage door company. They actually have service trucks. Compared to an ad in the Yellow Pages, it's like Jimmy Bob's Garage Doors, 608-391, whatever. Everyone's on social media, and so I guess the point I'm trying to get there was, I don't know what the point was, but I'm talking about it.
Everyone should buy a
Can't-
garage door.
Everyone should buy garage doors. Could you imagine a world without garage doors? That's what we have to figure.
That'd be
That's a video right there. I can see it already. That's the hook.
That's the
Imagine a
hook.
world without garage doors, and then the next scene, like everybody's,
imagine what your house would look like?
everybody's car like
bad.
rolling out. Like, wait, the garage door don't hold the car in, does it? No, but.
Bob, they'll send you a bill.
You got our garage door in yet?
But there you go. That's a good example of that content that would get someone to stop scrolling.
Engagement.
That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
You have to get people engaged.
Yeah.
And what you're saying is not just selling the product, but just letting people into your lives, being authentic, showing them who you are and what business you do and life outside of business.
Yeah.
There's balance there.
I like to buy from people I know, I guess, is a simple way to put it, I guess,
Yeah.
You want people to fall in love with you. You know, you're selling yourself, not the product, really. You know,
Right. The product might be in there off in the background.
Right.
You know, they're gonna be like, what is that? I mean, we use our products. We do a lot of videos with our products, but
Our podcast is beyond the product because I didn't think this in the beginning, but now as time has gone on, I've realized it's beyond the product. Like it's the connection. Like when someone buys something, I mean, I'm not talking about like toilet paper, but there's a connection. You know, when you're gonna hire a service company or you're gonna do anything, it's like it makes it easier to want to do business with someone that you feel like there's a connection with. There,
Awesome.
mic drop. That was my.
Let's talk about platforms. So social media is a general term. Maybe talk about the different platforms you use.
As all of them. So we're on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, X, Snapchat, YouTube,
don't forget the big one, YouTube. But
LinkedIn's a big one.
if we could pick one, Facebook. There's a lot of negative Nancys on there. That's where you're gonna get the most negative comments is on Facebook. But I would say,
YouTube could be rough too now.
yeah, they all can be rough. They're all rough, but I would say Facebook is,
The roughest.
but it's the best in a sense. We didn't start actually Facebook until 2 years ago. We were much more active on TikTok first, and that's where we made most of our sales. The algorithm kind of changes, and then we were like, why aren't we posting all this content to Facebook? And then we started posting to Facebook, and we grew. We actually have more followers on Facebook now than we do on TikTok. But I would say if we were gonna look at like who buys the products, I would say Facebook drives more sales. And we also started running ads. We have ads now that we pay ads.
That was my other question. Do you ever, like, you can sponsor, you know, say you do a video and you want to boost it, now they're charging, Apple charges. Do you do that also?
We don't do the boosted stuff. We have another company that started doing all the
Ads.
ad stuff. See, you're getting us to answer some questions.
Yeah, we don't necessarily know.
My guy told me, to let you know, he's like, don't do the boosted stuff. That's a scam. He's like, you got to get inside the pixel and you got to turn pixels on. I think Chad could probably explain a lot more than I can.
Yeah, The boost of the ad doesn't always help. When you can run an actual campaign, so the other advertising, you can actually direct where you want that money to go. So you run campaign based on what your demographic's gonna be for that advertising. So if you're a local company, you can localize it. If you're national, you can nationalize it. Or the other, you don't really have a choice. You're just throwing money into a bucket and hoping that it helps you a little bit. Could it help? Possibly. But when you run an actual campaign, these are scheduled things that you actually run. You put it in an area or specific types of areas where you want that to sell. The other thing to keep in mind is that they haven't mentioned yet, that all of these opportunities actually have opportunities to pay you. Where every other media, you have to pay for advertising. When you post videos on TikTok, you can have that monetized, and the more that gets out there, you actually get paid for those videos. On YouTube, same thing. You can add ads to your YouTube videos. You get paid for those videos. So you have a revenue stream that comes back rather than putting the revenue stream out. Then that revenue stream, you can build ad campaigns and then publish those ads out there. So you just have to work that money and the numbers around to make it work for you, rather than paying somebody to put an ad on the radio or a billboard. Not to say that that's a bad use of it, but this is free.
Have you found like with this, like doing these things on social media, does that help like your website SEO?
Yes, drastically. I mean, it's, maybe we didn't clarify. So, like, we were at a point where we were shutting the business down. It just wasn't working. We didn't understand marketing. I mean, we were getting a few sales here and there. Yeah, it's like, gosh, and we were excited to get it. It was when social media made Chiasson smoke. So there, I mean, it's social media pushed it out. And I truly believe now, more than I did when I first started, that anybody can do it. It's just if you have the creative, if you have the personality, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, our whole goal on social media was to get you to our website. And that's what we do, is we got to get them to the website. We have to get them to our store. How do we get them to walk through our store? Social media. That's how we do it.
I don't think people realize where you guys are located, so you have to go to your store really, because you're not having people come to your current location.
Right.
That's how important it is, until you move to Boston,
Right.
of course. But,
Right.
yeah.
We'll always be e-commerce, but yeah, it'll be easier for people to stop in and buy something, but
You guys ship all over the world?
we do, international is tricky, but we ship to Canada. We've shipped to Australia, New Zealand, France, Germany, but it's very expensive. When that buyer's paying some shipping, because they're
We're hoping to
big.
get distribution.
Yeah, there's some big bulky items that we ship out, and we don't ship out enough to really get some great pricing on that, but we're getting there. This year our goal is distribution, so that's a whole nother game.
How has the business grown from when you started social media? How many employees did you have and how many do you currently have?
So it was just us two in the very beginning. We started doing social media in 20.
Now we have 18 full-time, but when we started, I mean, it's just gradually grown every year.
Yeah.
We had 4, then we had 6, then
Our really busy time of year starts about August. That's our peak season, I guess, would be because people start thinking about Christmas and gifts, and that's when we get really busy. But
Do you guys feel like in our area, there's a certain platform that you have better success with versus others? Like, do you guys see demographically where it lands? Which one drives more?
Facebook, yeah.
For sure. We probably had 600,000 followers on TikTok, and locally, nobody really knew who we were at all. I think when we got onto Facebook, we really saw a change. And then we were more active in the community, and, we're doing a rib competition and stuff like that. But Facebook definitely, I think, is the place to get that local group. But I'm surprised that when people come to our shop to like do a tour or something, they'll say, we found you on YouTube or we found you on Instagram. And like, for us, it's like, oh,
Well, FabTech's another one. Like we go to FabTech and they're like, yeah, we follow you on YouTube. And it's like, YouTube? Wow.
yeah, FabTech's a fabrication
It's
expo.
surprising where people will find you. I mean, it's a perfect example of like,
Yeah, we think like, oh, nobody really goes on there. And then like, no, we watch you on YouTube all the time. It's like, oh,
yeah.
sweet. That's,
Yeah.
you know, our lower follower count, actually.
Anyone here, is anyone here active on social media? Like your business is active on social media or even personal? Wow, like 2 people out of this whole room, wow.
Like 5.
Do you guys work like the algorithms on Facebook? Like I hire somebody to do my marketing, like A to Z commenting. Do you guys do things like that so that every single person on your 5,000 friends sees your things? Because otherwise the same 20 people see everything if you don't use the whole friend group. You know, I hire somebody to do that. Do you guys have a marketing person or, I spend 3 hours a day, 4 hours a day on Facebook.
Right.
Because I'm a health coach. I can't say, hey, you're fat, you need my help.
Right. Well, yeah.
Right. I need people to love me, to watch me, to, play the piano or whatever. I'm always trying to come up with something like that, but I don't have time to do it all myself.
So we have, we have a company that we hire to do like our SEO stuff and all of that stuff on. He runs our campaigns, like, he's running like right now, we got like 15 or 20 campaigns running, and then he does these reports every month with the analytics, and he's like, you got this and this, we're gonna move this campaign to this, we're gonna do that, this is this. And for me, it's like, okay, man, how much was it? How much did we sell? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that number's bigger than that number. That's right. We're going in the right direction.
Yeah.
Good. When it comes, like for the actual creative, we're probably spending that same amount of time, 3 to 4 hours a day, if not more, on our social media. We post once, but then it gets repurposed to all the content. But sometimes if there's content, like just doing the stuff with like Joe Thomas and Meet Dad here last week, I wanted to recognize their brands individually. So if I just posted on repurpose won't tag other businesses or anything like that. So we did those individually. But for the most part, we come up with the content, post the content, goes out. But I would expect this 3 to 4 hours a day. Like
Yeah.
it has to.
Because you have to clean up the timeline after you see that 50 people commented. I make a point to go back and comment back to every single one of those people.
Yeah.
At least like it.
For us, it's really hard to do that.
And it definitely-
We have someone on staff, she works in our customer service, but she'll go through and answer questions if we miss things, but it's really hard. We don't respond to everybody, we just can't. Like, we try to answer all the messenger messages but we could use bots, right? We could be like, oh yeah, here, get a bot to ask them, but that's just not the feel. That's not what we want.
You need the personal.
Yeah, and so we could take more time to answer everybody's questions, but there's a point where it's just too much. And we may have answered that same exact question 12 times in the comment thread.
But she has someone. You've hired someone to
I
do.
do.
Yeah.
She's just very part-time, but I.
And you're talking about the creative, to where you're spending 3 or 4 hours to create the content, edit the content, post the content, and then she's responding to, hey, this or that or
She's doing the
yeah,
A to Z commenting where she's like interacting with every single person.
yeah.
Of 5,000 friends.
Yeah.
You see, that's that's just a Facebook post, right?
Mm-hmm.
So remember,
Instagram too, but I can't.
just a post. So just a post is going to go to your followers or your friends.
Right.
So if you want to get exposure, it's stories and reels. I mean, you got to be posting on reels, and your posts are just going to go to the same people that.
Right, if you don't interact with people, it's,
Right.
yeah, but I do stories and reels, and it
Yep.
goes to Instagram, but I can't keep tracking all the, Facebook is my platform that I really.
Yeah, yep. It's one of those things of you.
And you're a page, you have friends or they're followers?
I have like 5,000 friends, that's the maximum you can have, but then I have followers too.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know about all that stuff.
Yeah, I don't know about the friends stuff.
We're just a page.
We're just a business page.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever thought of like relocating out of Blue River? Like, I know you guys want more people actually at your place buying product. So have you ever thought about relocating? Because I lived in Blue River for 3 years.
Yeah.
There's nothing out there.
Yeah.
The only reason I would go back.
Right.
Yeah.
We're in the middle of nowhere, actually near Excelsior, which is an unincorporated town in the hills. But we're
moving to Boscoville.
Yeah, we've grown the shop quite a bit to where we have no room. We're leasing a shop at this time. We have probably a total of like 5,000 square feet, but a lot of employees. So we made the jump this year. We just bought a building in Boscoville. So Boscoville, we're having 21,600 square foot now shop. So we're gonna. It's not open yet. We're not ready yet. We got a lot of machinery to move. It's gonna be quite the process. It'll probably take a couple months, but.
But we're not a storefront business.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
not really. We're not really looking for that either.
We're a giant production warehouse.
Yeah. Well, we're
Giant's a strong word,
Yeah.
but I like that.
The new building is big.
I like his enthusiasm.
It's
Yeah.
giant, guys.
Gosh, it's so big. Oh my God.
I work in a bar.
It's average size.
It's an average size building, dude. Chill.
It's not giant.
Golly.
Golly, Chad. Man. Okay.
Yeah. Now we got a size complex.
Try.
So now that you're working with a creative company, or a company that's doing your campaigns and that, are they like asking for certain like how far out are you scheduling? Like, oh, today we got to go shoot this, tomorrow we got to go shoot this. Are they asking for things, or is it?
Well, that's the beauty of this, is because like he was on the phone with me. He's like, you're the first client we've ever worked with. You have the content already. He's like, dude, 'cause we have over 20, like, he didn't say dude, but I that's how I talk. So he was like, dude, he was like, bruh, look, I've never worked with a company that has over 2,000 videos and they take our content. And that's another example of like having that content out there. Like without a really long drawn out meeting or something, he basically watched our content for a couple of days and had an idea of who we were, what we were about, what represented Chiasson Smoke. I mean, the whole 9 yards, just from our content. And he's now able to take that footage and he makes videos. Some of the videos you see, like the Roku ads and the Paramount ads and all that stuff, they do that stuff. I don't even know what they're doing with all of that.
But there's two sides of that, not to get confused. So there's a company that does all of those, and that's the campaign stuff. But every day, these guys are filming themselves constantly. So all of that content is constantly being made daily. And I don't mean work daily. After hours, on weekends, and then all of that gets loaded in. Either they publish it themselves, or it goes into a storage area, and then that gets repurposed either by the advertising company or by myself, and then I take that content and then make video production out of it. But all of that, otherwise I walk around and do B-rolls, but not to misunderstand, they're doing all of that while running the business and running their family. That's they live and breathe this.
Is there a time limit you should have on videos?
Time limit? So we try to shoot for under 1:30. So it
90 seconds if you're...
Yeah. 90 seconds, that's shorter, yeah. Less things to say.
What made you choose your guy? Like, how did you find the guy? How did you feel comfortable with that guy? Because I'm sure there's like 50 million out there that are probably trying to poach you on your social medias.
He was a local guy, and he was a small business, and kind of had a similar story.
We thought he was a scam.
Yeah.
Like, he calls.
Oh yeah, that
you?
too.
Yeah, you too.
Oh Lord. That's not
We
even.
thought he was a scam. We couldn't find his website. We couldn't find anything. We're like, I don't know about this. And Jason's like, well, I think we had to pay him $1,500 or something for like a month of SEO stuff. And we're like, well, let's just try it. We lose $1,500, we lose $1,500, but at least like we're gonna try this. And he turned out to be legit. We've been with him for how long? A year? Maybe not even. But
Been a while for sure. I don't know.
yeah,
how long.
he cold called us. No idea who he was. But we took a chance with him, and he's been great. Like, he's very, he doesn't bother us all day. He just does the work.
And he does good work, like stuff
Yeah.
and results.
He actually, so we do cooking.
You're making
videos.
this.
We do
Just
cooking
to answer her question. Hold
I
on.
am.
No, I like the band.
To answer your question is it was a cold call, but he was like, he had the same story. He sold me on emotion. You know, like, hey man, look, I worked for this company. This is what I did. We're going out on my own. He's like, I'm looking for an opportunity. And I'm like, well, dude, that's awesome, because I'm looking for somebody that knows how to do this, because I don't know what I'm doing. And he's like, well, all right, our service is $1,500. And I was like, okay, let's try it. And it's worked out great. It was a risk.
Yeah, it was.
Risk.
And you said it's local?
Middleton.
Middleton.
Yeah, Lexio.
Oh, Lexio Digital, yeah. If you
Lexio
want.
Digital.
Oh, Jacob and David.
Yeah, they're great. In fact, they like give us ideas. They're like, you have so many cooking videos on your rocket stoves. Like, you guys should have a cookbook.
Bam, we got a
like,
cookbook,
boom.
baby.
He's like,
Seriously though.
white glove that. He just took it and ran with it, and it was awesome. Having somebody like that is.
That's what he said. He said, do you know how to make a cookbook? And I was like, no. I was like, do you know how to make a cookbook?
I'm gonna try.
He's like, I think I can. And all the ingredients and the recipes was already posted on TikTok, you know, because I made TikTok videos, and that's what he did. Took the pictures,
Yeah, you put the little QR codes there so you can scan it and go to the video to get the recipe from the video.
He's like, hey, I got the cookbook done.
Yeah, but yeah, they've been great for that kind of stuff. We don't really have to think about it at all.
So I think the point to all that is sometimes get other people to help you do stuff. You'd be surprised what you can get done.
Yeah, time. Save some time.
Use a certain app to edit your videos yourself on your phone, or?
We actually edit a lot in TikTok.
CapCut.
CapCut, which is, I think, off of TikTok. But
What do you use?
Premiere
Pro.
Premiere Pro.
Yeah, computer.
It's the higher end.
I don't know if y'all need to pay for that. How much that cost me every day? Both.
You have to change your content, the way you edit things, so that it can be viewed well on a phone and like in portrait mode versus landscape or whatever, like you look at on a widescreen computer screen.
Yeah, so there's vertical and horizontal. So like your 9x16, like what your TikTok is, or is it 16x9? How do they say it?
Something like that.
You take the same content and just work it different ways, edit it different ways.
You can, yeah.
Put it out in different, and then once you set it up for, say, YouTube, does it work great for a reel or whatever? Or
You can, some of them you can go back and forth. Like Jason shoots everything in vertical, always.
Better angle.
Yeah. And I can take that and zoom in and make it horizontal. And I've taken a lot of their old content and repurposed it into doing videos. Or if you just shoot wide enough, you can always, cameras are so high tech now that you don't have to zoom in to get a zoom in. You can crop in. So then if you film out far enough, I can edit, move it around, and make it look like it's being motioned just off of the one still camera sitting. Like this tripod is landscape, this one's going vertical. We'll use both.
Okay.
And I can use both for both formats.
I think there is somewhat of a rule of thumb. Like if you're going to be posting on YouTube, you want to be horizontal, just the original, and
YouTube has shorts.
we post a lot of shorts too. So we
It just depends. It
yeah.
depends on what type of content you want to do. If you want to do long form content, like horizontal all day, post that on YouTube. There's other programs out there now where you can take a long form landscape video and it'll create shorts for you off of your landscape video with a click of a button.
So using AI probably to create.
Yeah, like Opus Clips is one, like you can shoot a 10-minute long YouTube video and it'll go in there and create 20 shorts. All you have to do is post it. And it'll caption everything for you. And yeah, it's pretty cool. Like our podcast, we do that too.
It's all little things just to try to speed up, like you said, 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, so what are all the little things that can just speed up the process? Because it's social media for us, and I strongly feel like it should be for everyone. Social media is part of the day-to-day business. I mean, it's marketing. Like I said, I think in the day you used to pay the radio, you would do a radio ad and the newspaper ad, and then you just wait for people to call. But there's a younger generation coming up now, and they're all on their phones. And they're not listening to the radio like that anymore. You know, I think I'm 45 years old, and my kids aren't going to be, when my kids go to build a house and get a garage door, you know, I promise you, they're going to be looking on social media, or a taxidermy service, or a plumber. They're going to their phones, man. That's the
reality.
Yeah. Dana, Thunder Showers, how are you?
Thank you for bringing your truck here, by the way.
Yeah.
Do you feel that the different hashtags help with the videos getting traction?
Back in the day, it was all about hashtags, and hashtags are
dead.
I don't think it matters anymore. I just put hashtag Chiasson Smoke pretty much anymore. And the reason I say that, I really think it's the quality of the video. If the hook is there, we just posted a video that went viral, and I think the hashtag was Chiasson Smoke only. It was just
always hashtag your company. I mean, the more eyes can be on your company or whatever you're doing, the better. If you want to search hashtag Chiasson Smoke, there's 20,000 posts with that hashtag.
quality of the content. Like really, if your video starts off boring and you're walking to something and nobody knows what it is, scroll. Like really, sit down and say, okay, I'm gonna watch some Facebook Reels right now, and I want you to sit down and watch Facebook Reels and ask yourself,
what made you stop?
What made you stop and watch that video? You know.
And make sure.
Some of them guys would be like the bikinis, but hey, you gotta go past them bikinis. You gotta get that off of there, because then your algorithm's all gonna be messed up.
Your wife's gonna come.
Yeah, welcome to Facebook. Welcome to social media, but you know.
I'll be on TikTok. Wait, my algorithm's changed. Jason, what did you stay and watch?
Nothing. I was looking at that truck.
Of course.
Well, just quick just to be aware of time and things. I mean, I'm not going to volunteer your guys' time more. We're already thankful. If you want to stick around after 9:30, we kind of said 9:30. We'll do the raffle prizes quick, if that's okay. If you need to leave to go back to work, feel free, grab some food. If you didn't already on your way out, we got plenty of it. One quick question I have while I'm getting the raffle bucket, if you want to talk on this. You guys are obviously at the point where you're starting to do collaborations. You said Joe Thomas, Meet Dad. How did that come about? Are you guys reaching out to other people that you want to work with, or did they reach out to you?
Yeah, Joe's been a client of ours since 2019. We've built smokers, fire pits. We did his logos. We've done a lot of work with him, and I think having Meet Dad, who is all about the meat and cooking, and it just seemed like a good fit.
Yeah.
So he called us up and said, you guys got to come down here. So we did that. Go ahead. You about to say something?
What? No, I was not. Why'd you put me on the spot like that?
What do you mean? He asked the same question. You heard it.
So everything Miranda said,
Said,
Joe
yeah.
Thomas has been a client of ours for a long time.
We didn't search for that. It just came to,
Yep.
you know.
Organically, just
Yeah.
because of.
We have paid an influencer before to cook on the stove. It's a hit or miss. You never know how it's gonna go. It did okay, you know, but us just selling organically, just doing videos, we tend to just be able to sell our products.
Yeah, and I don't want to sell it off as like, oh, it's just easy. It's like, oh man, when you just, it's not like we struggle every day. Like daily, we're struggling for content ideas and how can we lay this out? We need to.
And the algorithm can mess with your head. I mean,
It's more of a personal goal to post every day for us, being part of the business, and the creative is the hardest part. All the technical stuff, like the stuff that we pay Chad to do and all of that stuff, I don't know how to do all that stuff. Like, but he does. Boy, he's clicking and all this stuff, and he's making this stuff happen. But it's the creative that's the hardest part that you got to come up with. It's like, how can I present this garage door in a way that's going to make someone say, holy cow, I can relate to that so well. But if I could do it with rocket stoves, I think you could do it with
Especially garage doors.
garage doors.
Wow, how much do you pay?
Well, there you have it. That was our morning with River Valley Networking Group. Fun group of people, all small businesses, just kind of talking about business and kind of messing in the whole social media game. Yeah, so hopefully you picked up on something in there that can maybe help you in your business. But we're going to close this episode. Big shout out to our sponsor, Chiasson Smoke. Episode 10. Wow, we've made it to 10 episodes already, Miranda.
Yeah, it's amazing.
How we do it, I don't know.
I don't know, but we're doing it.
Barely. So thanks again, everyone. Big shout out to Chiasson Smoke for the sponsorship. We love you guys.
And again, thank you to River Valley Networking for having us today.
Yep. We'll see you guys next week.